Good afternoon, good people, and welcome to St. Louis Organics Presents Montez at Midday. How's everyone doing today on what I like to call Motivational Monday? How's everybody doing today? How we doing? If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. This weather has been spectacular, phenomenal, engaging, makes you want to be active outdoors, whether it's your garden or whether it's your own lawn, but you want to do something outside. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And you talking about getting outside. I think everybody got outside this weekend. I think that's a really, really good thing to get out there, because they say the outdoor air is good for you health wise, but I think it's also nice to get out and take a walk every now and then. Since I've been on the whole little diet thing here, I've been really enjoying walking, not running, but just having a nice little neighborhood walk. Going down streets you normally don't go down, you know, see in a different part of your neighborhood or park, a different side of the park. It's just good to get out and do yourself a favor and do a good walk for sure. All right, we got high fives in the building, chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Or if you had a birthday weekend, happy birthday to you. If you celebrate an anniversary over the weekend, congratulations to yourself and happy anniversary to you. If you're getting over something and you're feeling much better today, hey, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. That's the best we can do. We can pretty much take what we were giving and go with it. That's the best we can do. I got the daily pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh right there for sure. It definitely is on you. And if you haven't had an opportunity, a chance to listen to our latest podcast episode, it is up and available wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. We're on Spotify, iTunes, but you also want to see the video portion of it, just go to www.dremontez.com, or you can follow us on Twitter at W2B or YouTube Dre Montez as well. Speaking of the weekend, we have met some new listeners. We got some new listeners of our show. All right. I appreciate that. I'm telling you, podcasting has changed the past 5 years. If you do podcast, just get out there. Go meet some people. Go talk to some people. Do that cross promotion thing. I got an interesting week this week on Wednesday show. I have influencer and poet, speakeasy poet, the talented young lady. Have her coming on, Miss Nina. Have her coming on the show on Wednesday. And on Friday, you can't spell beer without spelling Steve Reeb. There it is. So I got my man Steve Reeb on the show on Friday. So I got an action-packed show. It's going to be awesome this week. So looking forward to those two guests this week. So be sure to tune in on Wednesday show for sure, as we will be getting it in, getting it over with, and getting it out there to the people on what these local artists have going on. Maybe it can be an event that you want to go check out for yourself. But wow, what a weekend. Before I get into the actual show, I don't know what it is, but as a person that I want to say got into people watching about 15 years ago, you go out and just get enjoyment out of people watching. I took notice to something on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday about people watching. If you don't want to go out with that individual, don't go. Don't go. The look on the people's faces this weekend that I saw in the company of a man or a woman or a group, they didn't want to be there. They basically had a sign that said, I'm going to blink twice, I've been kidnapped. That's how it was looking. Some of the places I went to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like, come on. Come on. You should be honest enough to tell somebody, especially a grown person, hey, I don't want to go. I don't like you that way. Well, I don't want to go to that event. I mean, the body language, the facial expression, the stance, it was I just want to know, do people realize when they are out with someone and they know they don't want to be out with that person, do they realize the body language that they're getting off? Do they realize the vibe, the aura? They realize what they look like. I'm asking for it, friend. I just saw a lot of that over the weekend. I just hope everybody on this Monday have went back and talked, figured things out, and moving forward in a positive way. All the people that had that bad body language vibe this weekend, I saw you out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You guys can do better. And I believe in you. Don't we, Willie? And Willie and Dre up here. Willie and Dre, we bobbling it out up here and getting it in. I hear Willie and Dre for sure. Go Birds. I just do not like playing the Brewers early in the year sometimes. They irk me in some kind of way. They really do. They irk me in some kind of way. No hard feelings with them. It's just the way I feel when it comes to that ball club. And we know how that can be. All right. Well, on Saturday, I had the pleasure of tailgating at the Battlehawks game. Thank you to Ron and Jeff. And I also ended up going to the game. Thank you, Officer Jesse. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. I've done some tailgating in my lifetime. I've experienced some games, whether it's the group you go with or the tailgating experience. But overall, what I witnessed Saturday was spontaneous entertainment at its finest to me. Because I do it on this level. Saturday, started the day, you got to catch that early morning sports center. You don't get to catch it till later on that night. Then it dawned on me about 9 o'clock. Hold on, there is a Battlehawk game today. Let's go meet some people and tailgate. Let's go do it. In that time of trying to figure out how to get downtown in a safe and timely manner, none of my friends answered the phone. So I got on public transportation. And let me tell you something right now. There is no greater feeling than being on public transportation when the weather is nice and you done smoked something before you got on there. Look here. I never felt so relaxed. I laughed the entire time I caught the bus and the Metrolink. And I get down there to the Battlehawk group, and I'm telling you, it was a sea of blue. It was a sea of blue. It was showed up and showed out. This is my first great weather tailgating of the year. Yeah, true story. Yeah. The food, the people, the crowd, the energy. Didn't know I was going into the game until 15 minutes before the game. And what an experience in the Bud Light Zone. Got a chance to see my buddy Bart. I got to go down there and see him at Cotter's one of these days. That's my dude right there. That's my dude, Bart, for sure. But I just had no idea what's going on, my brother from another in the state of Washington, my dude right there. But I had no idea I was going in the game. And when the Bud Light section, I ran into Bart, and I'm sitting with Jeff and Ron and their whole family and crew. Thank you guys again. It was a lot of fun. Again, to Officer Jesse, but the energy inside of there. I went to maybe 5 games when that other team was here that occupied that building. For that energy to be that way, it was impressive. I was impressed. I was so much impressed. I'm going back. I'm going to another game. I don't know if it's going to be this week or what, but I need to figure it out. Better transportation options, though. And the weather was so nice. After the game, caw is the law. And we won. I walked from the dome to the island to go surprise one of my clients at their holiday shindig. And that went over better than good. And then I run into my former neighbor, Dusty, and my neighbor, Cassie Joe, and we have a great time with McGurk. So we're just an amazing, spontaneous filled Saturday. And ran into my dude, Ray, by the way, as well, too. So spontaneity was off the chain on Saturday. There was one of those days where you ever have a day where things just not going your way and you say, fuck it, I'm just going to go have a day at it. That's what that was, right? Go have a day. Again, I had a blast at the XFL game. That was a lot of fun. The NBA. The NBA. Where do we begin? We can start by understanding NBA players' attitude toward each other is on a different type of vibe. I mentioned this at the beginning of NBA season. Instagram and Twitter has caused so much a rift between NBA players. It's embarrassing. They jelly of each other. They got that clicky crowd. Let's fast forward. Now to the competitive nature of the game. We've had some situations with some players that sit out, missing games, no clear explanation. You got fans spending their hard-earned dollars to go see these games. These individuals play, and they're not playing. Load management, as they call it, load management. Now we also get on the competition of the game. Whether you're going to make the playoffs or not make the playoffs, see you when the draft process, how should they go about this? Tanking in the NBA, tanking in sports. How do you feel about tanking in sports? You think it's part of the game? It's okay? Or should you go out there and try to play to the best of your ability to win the game? That's how I came up in sports. But this tanking is taking on a whole new meaning. The Dallas Mavericks blatantly came out before the game Friday night and said, look, we're tanking. There's always drama around Kyrie. There's always drama around him. Now it's around him again. This move didn't go the way the Dallas Mavericks wanted. I think the Dallas Mavericks wanted a higher seat in the playoffs, and we didn't see that coming, so it's slipping away. Well, fuck it, let's tank. Okay. They're under investigation now for that. That's going to be a 7-figure fine, possibly a draft pick. We're going to follow that story. Also in the NBA was the last weekend of the NBA, where if you were placing money, you probably did very well this weekend in the NBA, especially Saturday and Sunday. But the NBA was pretty wild, man. Teammates fighting. Now, this all started with me noticing something was coming awry in the NBA when that injury was suffered on Friday. And I couldn't stop laughing that the NBA player injured his hand from watering his plant with a glass vase. Now, you got the Clippers, teammates fighting on the sideline, and you got the Minnesota Timberwolves fighting on the sideline. And I got to thinking about this with Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert going to Minnesota should have been a big deal. Big deal. But something is now. You got Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, and Anthony Edwards. Come on now, man. Come on. So somebody now holding up their end of the bargain, consider what Minnesota gave up. I just think they got to the point, look, dog, you're not doing nothing you said you could do. You're not playing anywhere remotely close like you played in Utah. And he called Rudy a bitch. And next thing you know, Rudy punched him and sent him home. Rudy Gobert has not held up his end of the bargain when it comes to what he was supposed to do with that team. Not saying any of this was right, but at some point, frustration does roll over. When you're busting your ass, but the one link that was supposed to bring everybody together and put this team together on the right path is not doing their job. Coach is not saying nothing to him. That happens throughout sports. It just happened to come out in front of the fans on TV, and everybody's talking about how wild the NBA is. As a Laker fan, I don't know how I feel about this team and Anthony Davis and LeBron in the playoffs. I don't see that toughness from AD that I need to see. I mean, have we really ever seen AD get tough down there? No. We know what Kobe had to do to Powell to get Powell in that position. Maybe LeBron needs to do it to AD. As I had said months before, I think he need to watch that whole season that Powell turned it around down in the paint and wasn't taking no shit no more. That's what AD needs to do. He needs to find that beast within him. They make commercials about it. Not everybody has it in them. Everybody has that dog in them, that fight. They don't know how to go deep inside and find the best version of themselves that nobody can explain. That's what he needs to do. That's what he really, really needs to do, for sure. Mm, mm, mm. So we're going to watch and see how the Lakers do in this play-in game against Minnesota tomorrow night and go from there. But a few of the NBA analysts have the Lakers going pretty far in the playoffs. I don't see it. I don't trust Ham, the Lakers coach. I don't trust him. I don't like his replacement for his bench move. I don't like how he manages the minutes with the players. It's just something missing. But I'm hoping he picks up on it real quick and for sure. All right, moving right along. Major League Baseball. Whew. Tampa, 9-0. Tampa, 9-0. Everybody's giving rave reviews about the clock in baseball. Oh, it's been great. It's been awesome. Talk to the pitchers in Major League Baseball over the age of 36. Talk to the pitchers in Major League Baseball over the age of 36 and see if they like the clock. I bet they don't. Major League Baseball pitchers coming in today that are over the age of 36 are 4-14 with an ERA at 5.86 or something. They don't like that. The old school pitchers right now, they don't like that at all. It's looking good for baseball, but if you talk to the pitchers over the age of 36, they're not liking it at all. And the Mets is one of the oldest baseball teams there are right now, and they have 5 pitchers over the age of 34. Look, it's just those numbers in baseball that want to squeak on by right there. Baseball is really good and fun at watching the numbers right now, watching the numbers. And the fight that took place yesterday, I have been watching the replay. I saw the game when it happened. Been hearing different versions of the commentary. The players that were involved in the fight. Now he's going to be out. Cruz for the Pirates going to be out now 10 to 12 weeks, so probably after the All-Star break. But he's 6'7.5", big dude. Coming into play, I don't think the catcher made a dirty move. I don't think he made a dirty move. I just think a freak accident happened. Now, the only thing now I'm noticing is how he was laying on the ground and not one person turned around to see, was he okay? They started fighting. Now, that's the only thing. I don't think they realized how serious it was until after the game. But it was the heat of the moment situation, heat of the moment. Moving on with what I don't like seeing is what's going on with the Oakland A's. Everybody's calling them a AAA team. And I know they're moving to Vegas. I just hope the uniform is fire and the team plays a little better. But the Angels, I can't figure this team out. On paper, the Angels could probably put out 80 to 90 wins, easily make the playoffs. But when you watch them play, the weirdest shit happens when they play. The weirdest shit. If they don't make the playoffs, and I know we're early in the baseball season, April, but I'm not getting no energy out of them when they take the field, when they got the lead. It just looked like nonchalant baseball to me. I wonder what's going on in that clubhouse that we don't know about. They had a 6-0 lead. Going into the 6th inning, they lost 12-11. That's up there with the kid that threw the no-hitter over the weekend in D2 baseball out of Indianapolis. I think his name is Brady Ware. Gave up 7 runs, hit 5 people, walked 4, and he hit for the cycle, but threw a no-hitter, but loses the game. That's a head scratcher. That's a head scratcher right there. But that's where I'm at right there with baseball. It's been fun the first couple of weeks here. Some of these games have been very fun to watch. The base still is up a little bit. I think, who's that? Arizona Diamondbacks will lead Major League Baseball with 17 stolen bases right now. I'm liking the crowds that I'm seeing early in the baseball season right now, how involved they are into the game and engaged in other sports in their own city. Like if you're a 2-sport city and there's a potential game going on for your other sport in the middle of your baseball game, I like how the fans have been responding to that. So that's pretty cool and fun to watch and see. Okay, we're going to take a small break and come right back. I'm going to talk about the movie Boomerang with Eddie Murphy, something I didn't trip off of until Friday. And the speed limit is thinking of increasing. Let me know what you think. And a little bit more. Be right back. We'll have a short word from our sponsor here, Mountain Men Scrub. Get your scrub on today. It's great for your hands, feet, elbows, tramp stamp as well. Be right back. Smoke them if you got them. Be right back.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Hey, what's up, good people, and welcome back. It is Motivational Monday, and I'm your host, Dre Montez. Welcome to Montez at Midday, good people. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It was Easter weekend. How was your Lent? How was your celebration with your family and friends? How was the food? I think this was the first Easter I didn't get a plate. Yeah. I didn't get one Easter plate. It's okay. I saw the adult Easter egg hunts. I like those. I saw the adult Easter baskets. I saw those too. A little perverted, but I like your touch out there, people. The ones that shared them on social media for sure. But what a weekend. Again, thank you to Ron and Jeff and Officer Jesse for the great, amazing XFL experience. Battlehawks, the call is the law. For the great walk, thinking process, hanging out with my neighbor and former neighbor. That was fun. Dusty and Cassie Joe, thank you. And also shout out to the Easter crew on the patio at Friendly's. Got Baller Man Technician, my dog, my dirty Matt, the counselors in the building, and Miss Tess. Yes, we had great time and conversation yesterday about realizing where you're at, being appreciative and thankful moving forward. You know, sometimes you don't always have to praise and be thankful on the holidays. Sometimes it's just cool to get out there and just have a conversation and just appreciate where you're at in life. You know, appreciate it. You know, what if you living with somebody and you don't appreciate it? Maybe today you need to just realize, hey, you know what? I appreciate living with you and cohabitating with you. You know, a lot of people out there live alone and they don't have that go-to talk-to person. And the people that live together that don't talk is the dumbest shit ever. All right, the movie Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. I watched it. I saw this movie at the movie theater. I had the soundtrack, the soundtrack is fire. Probably one of the top 5 soundtracks out there. But watching Boomerang now, at the age of 52, I saw things quite differently. I think Marcus got a little whipped by Jacqueline around the office when she went around telling his business. And he had to lay up and sleep with Lady Eloise. I mean, for a promotion back then, I guess that was the common thing to do. If you're the young man trying to be on the rise and you want that extra money or some bread or some little leeway with a credit line, you had to put out. I get that. But the part that really stood out to me is when Eddie Murphy and Robin Givens had their sex scene in the bed when his toes curled. And he was still allegedly coming to feeling the aftershock, telling her, whoa, shh, whoa, don't move. And his toes curled up and all that. Come on, man. Come on. I didn't pay attention to it, I guess, when I was younger and so I thought it was pretty funny and all that. I've been there. I know what you're talking about, dog. But now saying it now, a little bit too much. Something else I didn't pay attention to in the movie Boomerang. If you have the opportunity to watch that movie Boomerang soon, tell me what you think about the wardrobe. Why didn't Boomerang get nominated for an Oscar for the wardrobe? Peep the gear. The main people, check the background. They came with it in Boomerang. I didn't pay it no mind before. You look at movies differently now. The older you get, you look at movies differently. And I totally looked at Boomerang totally different this time. I so many questions that were moving forward, but what a damn good movie. It's a damn good movie. Just the only thing I never really realized is the way Eddie Murphy character started acting after he slept with Jacqueline, but then he eventually ended up with Holly Berry. But still, peep the soundtrack if you get a chance in Boomerang. All right. I hear this all the time when I'm in the car with people that I know are Uber or Lyft. The highway freaks me out if I'm in an Uber because I don't know them. And if I'm in the front seat with somebody else I know, I'm moving like I'm driving, because I don't know, it's the whole vision thing. And 50 miles an hour is fast to me on the highway now. When I'm in the passenger seat, it just feel like, hey, slow down, you're going too fast. But there are several states that are moving the speed limit to 75 miles an hour. Where are you going that you need to drive 75 miles an hour? Come on now. No, I think that's too fast. I think that's way too fast. 75 miles an hour? I thought 70 was pushing it, but 75? That's a little bit too fast for me. That's like light speed. And we're not the best drivers. I'm talking about Missouri. Illinois, you in this motherfucker too. We're not the best drivers when it come to exceeding 65. Now you want to go up to 75? I don't know, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. But most importantly, it is Motivational Monday. And our latest podcast episode is up, Who's to Blame? Check it on out today. It's on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Or you can check out Anchor as well. You can also follow us on Twitter at W2B, Dre Montez, YouTube, Dre Montez as well. Check out the website if you get a moment. You can do your thing. What's up, B? Yeah, don't put a purse on the ground. Oh, man, B did that yesterday. Oh, man. The boiler man and I lost it. You don't put a purse on the ground. You don't sweep a broom across nobody's foot. Oh, man. Oh, man. That was a great time yesterday. A great photo, too, as well you guys took, for sure. But, guys, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to appreciate the details of the day. It is Monday. We have, we're on countdown to vacation. We're on countdown. I believe our final show will be April 28th. We're going to shut down and reboot, remodel, upgrade around here. We got some improvements we're going to be doing. So, again, we have a guest on Wednesday as well as Friday. So it should be a lot of fun as I have spoken Nina. She's coming on. And I also have Steve Reeb coming on Friday. So this should be a lot of fun this week. All right, let's go. Let's enjoy the day. Let's get ready to take our afternoon walk and listen to hip-hop. Let's get our walk on. Smoke them if you got them. Until next time, kids, I'll holler at you. And thanks again for tuning in to Montez at Midday, brought to you by St. Louis Organic. Stop on by at 8088 Watson Road today. Over 60% off of supplies there. So stop on by today and tell them Dre sent you. You guys have a great day. And until next time, I'll holler at you. Peace.